saying besides we missing a bumper. Bust your head to the white meat. This is not going to fit. Welcome back to the channel. We're about to put in some work on one of the Is300s today because I have actually two Is300s here. Came in for N80T builds. One of them is pretty much finished. I'm charging the battery on the homie Kamar's Is300 right now, so I can start that up. Seems I'm done with the homie Yuri's Is300. But I'm making this video just to pretty much take you guys on a journey with me as always and show you this Cxracing kit for the Is300. I know it's like a ton of videos out there, a slew of videos out there, but this is just my take on the kit. I feel as though I could give you my honest opinion because I dealt with spar manifolds, treadstone manifolds, snake cars, manual swaps, engine swaps, the whole nine. I done been through it. So I feel as though it's time, one of those times since I got an Is300 in for N80T, and it's going to be a complete Cxracing build on it. I feel as though it's just time to pull out the camera and make some content on this particular build. Like I said, I do have another Is300. I give you guys a look, see what I got going on there. That car is pretty much complete. Just got to clean it up, get it started, make sure there's no leaks, and just deliver the car back to the homie Kamar. So let's get into it. I'll show you guys the first Is300 that's pretty much complete. So don't mind that. That's the engine cover for the GS. But in these two big boxes, we have the Cxracing intercooler piping kit. It's the intercooler pipe couplers and coupler clamps. And in one of these other boxes, we have the downpipe, mid pipe, and turbo manifold. Was in there, but it's actually on the car right now. It's like a quick rundown. A lot of people open up. Oh, I'm gonna open up the box. I'm gonna surprise you and surprise myself. No, I already opened up the boxes. I know what's in them already. I'm not gonna waste you guys' time. Time is precious. So this is a Cxracing intercooler. Mounts up pretty good. A lot of people say it's not good for anything over 400, but everybody is not going for like 600 pounds of horsepower. So like I said, it is complete. I still, just gotta wash up the engine bay, clean up, make it look real nice, tighten up the paint job on the turbo housing itself, but it's done. I am trying to start it, like I said, hopefully today or tomorrow, whatnot. So fuel pressure regulator, so fuel return line. Yeah, so it's just pretty much just basic. It's pretty much like a basic N80T setup. I believe it's like 10-pound spring in here. I'm not 100% sure, can't really remember. It's nothing really to see in the inside, but if you watch the channel, you know this car still looks the same, besides we missing a bumper. Yep, the homie Kamar's car got an HKS exhaust, 3-inch straight back to an HKS muffler. It's going to sound very nice. Since we got that part out the way, let's go to the side where I'm actually putting the homie Yuri car. So this is the homie Yuri's Is300. This is his seals and everything. His harness, I did do some parts of his harness over. Don't worry about that. That part would just confuse anybody anyway. So this is a 2JZ N80T. Don't mind the dirty valve covers. We're actually gonna take those off either today. I might do it today because it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Spray those, make those look nice. Take my engine mount off because I kind of like modified that engine mount. This has the ABS delete from Chase Bays. Got that joint mounted nicely. It's nice. So I do have to connect the two front brake calipers because I just have the hoses just sitting. We are doing the battery relocation to the trunk, so that way it has a real clean look to it. And we're going to put the oil catch can here. Yes, beautiful. So this is the only issue I'm going to have because this Cxracing turbo oil drain is not the same as far as like a 10 AN. I'll figure that out as we go. But yeah, so it's 2JZ GE N80T. This is a stock. This is bone stock 2JZ GE VVTi. Besides the GTE head gasket and brand new, stock head studs. Got the head machine. Everything's cleaned up. We should be good to go on that. We literally just got to boot stuff up, as you see. Yep. So this is the turbo manifold from Cxracing, if I didn't mention it. If you follow me on social media, I did make like a short clip of this. I'm loving this. It sits, look at it. Just look. It's beautiful, my boy. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. It's handsome, boy. Handsome, boy. Handsome. Handsome, boy. Yes. It's a nice car. Beautiful car. Instead of talking you guys' heads off, we're going to go ahead and get some work done. We literally just bolting everything on. Might run into some hiccups here and there, not sure. So let's get into it. All right, first things first, we're gonna get this turbo manifold off. I actually put this on here just for mock-up purposes and just for that little video I made on my social media. So I actually got to take this off because there's no gasket behind it. It's just sitting in there. So was it clickbait on that video? Maybe it was. So the easiest way to install these turbo manifolds is literally put your studs in first. All right, so we got the manifold studs in. We have the gasket on. These are the OEM crushed out exhaust gases. Those are literally the best. They do give you these. If you're new in the game, you see high temp and think it's the best, but these are trash because these don't crush and you will blow through these and be upset. OEM, best. Look at that, perfect. It just went on. All you see is no magic trick, pro. It's no magic cheap parlor tricks. It just went on. So now I gotta pull it off, put the wastegate on. I just wanna see how I'm gonna actually clock the wastegate, so I just sit it on like that. Like this part right here is a lot of on and off, on and off, on and off. But I ain't gonna bore y'all. We just gonna snap to the turbo and all, you know, the exhaust side being on. So before I actually snap to the next clip of everything being on, turbo, manifold, etc., I want to show you guys, for the new guys that, you know, don't know how this turbo stuff go. This is called a firing ring. You actually need this in here seated. It is a little hard to put this thing on because you got to kind of like press down and put pressure to bolt that onto here with the V-band. So please, please, please don't just put this on here like this because it's not going to go right. I don't know what will happen because I never did it before, but I'll assume that this joint would actually leak at some point. So you drop the firing ring in, put that on. This is your wastegate, and it points down like this towards, you know, the atmosphere, to the ground and whatnot. All the flames, water, bad stuff comes out that. So yeah. Anyway, let's snap to the clip I wanted to show you guys. Oh. All right, so I can show you as I'm walking up the mess I made. Just because I was just getting it in. I just zoned out and was just getting it in. And I stopped, looked, and stuff is everywhere. This is the Cxracing downpipe. And we'll get to that in a second, how to actually install that and how that's actually going to sit. So this is what we have. Don't worry, everything is exposed. I did have the bag on top of the engine, so, you know, nothing going to fall in here. But I just took it off because I got to show you guys what we got going on. Like I said, the engine bay is a little dirty. I am going to wipe all this stuff down before I put the crossover manifold back on so it's nice and clean. Cool. All right, boom, that's out the way. So here we go. This is the fun part. This is the Cxracing turbo that you get with the kit. This will work. This is not made to exert tons of power. You're not putting 15, 20 pounds on here and expecting this thing to last. That's not how that goes. I believe it's a 6 or 8 psi spring in the wastegate. That is an OEM Cxracing wastegate. Let's get this out the way now. I had the same exact wastegate on my Is300 for about 2-3 years straight with I think it was like a 12-pound spring in it with a bolt warner strap to the turbo manifold, and I was getting it done. Only reason why I took that Cxracing turbo wastegate off is because I was just doing upgrades. I just went with precision and just called it a day. My wastegate, I never had a problem with the wastegate. So I can't speak for this wastegate. This wastegate is super good. I haven't had any problem with it. As far as diaphragm wise, it looks as it should. It doesn't look really cheap. Don't kill me in the comments for that one. So this is, like I said, the turbo manifold. The turbo manifold from Cxracing, the turbocharger from Cxracing is literally the whole kit from Cxracing, including the intercooler. So I just give you a quick look. See, I quickly mocked up the intercooler pipe. I mean, intercooler itself is still, you know, a little bit loose because it's like a bracket that goes here. But like I said, I'm gonna put that in another video. But as you see, this is the oil feed line that comes stock. I just have it routed around the back of the engine just because the line is just so long. You can see down here, oil sandwich plate right there. Have the feed line coming off of it. That is the OEM oil filter housing, and that's the OEM oil sensor. So if you was running the oil pressure gauge aftermarket, it does have extra fittings on this side. You can't see it to run it. I believe those are 1/8 MPT fittings. And that's pretty much it for right now. It took me forever just to get this thing clocked the way I wanted. This is still a little loose. This is still a little loose because I don't know how the intercooler pipe is going to be running. Because this is my first time using the Cxracing turbo. Not the first time using the manifold, but turbo, yes. This is the oil return line that comes with the kit. It had just been down here. I'm waiting on a 10AN to a barb to use that. I do have the heat shielding on this just because it's so close to the manifold, but as you see, once I have the fitting on, this will raise up away from the manifold. You can't really see it too good until the fitting is actually on there. But this kit comes with its own fitting. Me being me, I just use the normal 10AN fitting I usually use on the oil sump. I believe, if I can find it, the OEM one is here. So what you would do is you drill into the oil sump and you will stick this in, and then this bolt and washer will be on the inside. I don't really like doing this just because any vibration, anything, this bolt falls off. Now you got a major oil leak. Now you got to pull the entire engine out. What I did here, to me, is 10 times better. It's 10 times safer. If this thing happens to strip, the threads on here happen to strip anything, you can just pull that out and you can easily service it to fix the bolt holes or whatever. To me, that just makes more sense. Not knocking anything with this kit at all. It works. It will get the job done. As far as underneath the car, I have the transmission bolted up and all that good stuff. We do have to do something with the OEM mid pipe and this downpipe. Now let's talk about this downpipe. Let's get into the downpipe. So with this downpipe, this is the Cxracing downpipe that comes with the kit. It has a 2-bolt flange. Kit does come with a mid pipe with a 2-bolt flange. I'm actually going to cut this flange off and just put a 3-inch V-band on it because V-bands are just less likely to leak. That's just me. If you want to use the 2-bolt flange, it'll definitely work and it'll hold. It's just me. It's just a me thing. I just like V-bands. So I can show you how this is not going to go in the car from the top. You have to put this in from the bottom, which isn't bad at all. It's just one of those things. When it's time to take this downpipe off, you have to go under the car. So in my case, it's not going to fit. Some people may have done it before. I can't do it. It's not going to work for me. I'll move my hood prop. He does have a hood prop, so don't think the car doesn't have a hood prop. I just use the metal jack pole. So let's do this. Because the metal pole sits way higher than this OEM joint. That's just me, and it's, sturdy. When you have a hood fall on you, bust your head, what you say, Chad, to the white meat, you start doing things a little bit different, a little bit more safer. All right, so if you see, this is not going to fit. I already checked it, so I was going to try to. Oh, maybe it will. Let's see. Maybe, yeah, no, I'm not even going to do this to myself. So maybe you can maneuver it around and get this thing to fit. But if you see the space you're working with, it's easier just to bring it up from the bottom. As far as putting this on today, that's not going on today because, like I said, I'm going to cut the flange off and weld us a 3-inch V-band, 3-inch V-band on the bottom of that. And the other side of this will go to the mid pipe, so it's V-band up and beautiful looking. So this is as far as we're going to get on this video. I just wanted to pretty much show you some insight on this turbo manifold. And word to the wise, put this turbo on the manifold before you put the manifold on the car, because if you look at these bolts, you can't see it's a bolt all the way underneath. So you see this bolt here? It's a bolt on the other side of this turbo. As you see, you're not reaching it. It's just not happening. Maybe you can. Me being me, I just make it easier. Bolt the turbo on the manifold itself. Another trick I did was, if you see the clearance here, I actually shave this bolt down. I shaved this part of the bolt down here so that way it can clear the oil feed. That was another thing I didn't like about that. On the other side, on the oil return fitting that goes onto the bottom of the turbocharger, I had to do pretty much the same thing. So I'll show you. I think I should have another. I seen it somewhere. Okay. So the OEM one that bolts to this turbo is not this size, it's smaller than this. So pretty much what I did was I shaved this down really, really flat. because like I said, on the other side of this turbo is a bolt that sits in the same position because the drain is right here. So this was pretty much sitting up against it. I couldn't get the bolt to twist anymore, so what I did was just shave like couple like a millimeter or so off, and it worked. As far as just on the actual oil return fitting. So there you have it, Cxracing turbo kit. This is the hot side of the turbo kit. I will make, like I said, a video of the intercooler pipe to see how I route it. I think we'll have to cut here. I'm not 100% sure, but if I can, you know, route it down and around and up into the engine bay, I will. If not, it is what it is. Just one of those things. We just make it the cut really neat and clean. And yeah, that's all I got for this one. All right, guys, so like I said, I will make a video on the intercooler piping, which I'm going to try to get done today. We're actually going to clean and spray the valve covers today, so that way the engine just won't be exposed like that anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Be on the lookout for the intercooler video, intercooler pipe video, and, you know, the first start and the test drive video. Those will be in a couple different videos. So this is just, like I said, my part on the Cxracing turbo kit. Just a little bit of insight and head start if you're actually gonna buy this kit. Me personally, this isn't a bad kit at all. The turbo, for the power, I always chase like 500-600. The turbo for that just won't do. But for 300, you'll be okay. Low 300s, you'll be okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean my mess up and go ahead and get these intercooler pipes installed. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Or on the next video, because it's not really like episodes.